Yo guys, what is going on? It is your boy, Nick from Run the Foot Market. That was a terrible intro. I'm sorry guys, I'm so energized because I'm so happy that just FIFA 19 is done. I'm just so happy. It's something that, it's just amazing, man. I don't know, it's the best, but it's so good that FIFA 19 is over and we get to finally focus our content towards FIFA 20, man. We get to focus on what's really important and stuff that's upcoming. And yeah, I told you guys I was going to spam you guys with a lot of content in these 2 weeks. Some of it would be improvised because some of it is stuff that EA is dropping or stuff's getting leaked about ratings. And then other stuff, I'm always going to tell you guys stuff that I feel good about, guides, things like that. Today's video will be kind of a web app trading guide. That's kind of what we're going to focus on today. We're going to initially talk about the web app. I'm going to tell you the process of how it goes, things like that. And then we'll get into some of the things that you should know, things that you're going to probably need or should be helpful to you on the web app. That's something that you guys are going to want to look into and stuff that will really help you. So I'm going to try to mirror as much as possible of what the web app will do for you. Obviously, there's two things before you get into the video when we talk about the web app later on. One, I don't have a brand new FIFA account that I'm going to use. I'm not going on FIFA 19 on the console. I don't want to touch it, but I will enter my web app on the FIFA 19 for you. I just won't go on console because I don't want to touch that mode anymore. I just don't want to touch the game. And two, I want to start off. So, guys, we're talking about FIFA 20 web app guide today. Thank you guys so much for the support on all the videos on the channel recently. I want you guys, because you guys have been going crazy with the comments, so I guess we keep it going. What do you guys think is the day that EA is going to drop the web app? Do you guys think it is going to be the 17th, the 18th, the 19th, or the 20th? Now, we're going to start off talking about that, and I'll give you guys my input on it. So, to get into the video, I wanted to just tell all of you watching the video, this is from a FIFA game news site, and I wanted to kind of show you guys this because it's cool. So this is a site of the dates, right? And I spoke about this in my video earlier this weekend. If you guys want to go back and watch that, it's on the channel. Basically, that video is going to give you every single date that you need to know for the upcoming year. You will not miss anything in there. I basically told you guys what I feel like is going to happen in a timeline from right now all the way till the end of September. So that video will include full game release, web app release, early access release, all that kind of stuff. I'm not trying to plug another video. I'm just telling you guys it's something that may help you. So, guys, today I want to tell you something that the beta officially 100% came out on I think it was the 12th/13th last year, somewhere in the mix of there. Now, it has been confirmed by a Spanish thing today on Twitter. The beta is coming out the 10th. So the beta officially, not the beta, the demo. The demo comes out the 10th. I'm sorry, it's all the same thing. Demo comes out the 10th. So that means that the timeline right now has kind of shifted for me. I expected the demo to come out the 11th or the 12th. So it's coming out the 10th. And maybe because it's coming out a day or two early, it means we just might have that extra bit of time / access to the web app. And that's kind of something significant that I wanted to point out in the video because it may move our timeline just a little bit earlier. So the way it went down last year, let me be honest with all of you guys watching this video, just so you know before we get into it. The web app 2 years ago, 4 years ago was way more relevant than it was last year and this year. It's just not that relevant anymore. The web app used to be something, and I still think you guys should watch the video because you will have a certain amount of hours on it that will help you, and you probably want to be ahead to know what to do. But it's just not as relevant as it used to be in previous years. Usually in previous years, the web app is the thing everybody's waiting for. Your welcome backpacks are on there. Everybody's going nuts to get on that thing. The servers are overloading. And usually they give that a week before they even drop any early access to the new FIFA game. Because now we kind of have that glitch, guys, where you can kind of get the unlimited hours. And I'll show you guys how to do that more on my stream. I won't really post anything about that. It's not illegal because you pay $5 every time. But it just kind of limits the web app's usability now. And something that happened last year, which I want to talk about. Last year, the PS4 web app was very useful. The web app to any PS4 user last year was something that was actually a thing that you wanted to be on, a thing that you had to make coins on. Last year, if you remember on PlayStation, you had 5 days on the web app. You had 5 hard days of labor. That grind is real. It sucks. There's nothing fun about the web app. That's why I don't want to make too many videos on it. I don't want to go crazy about it this year. There's nothing fun about it. I'm going to break it to you guys right now. The web app sucks a lot. I hate it a lot. It's not good. But Xbox was different. Last year, EA actually revealed. I think EA Access came out earlier than the web app last year. It was crazy. I remember everybody going crazy because people were getting on EA Access. People thought it was fake. And then people were booting up their own consoles. And they were on EA Access. So people last year on Xbox were able to get on EA Access before the web app. So Xbox last year, it was completely irrelevant. And I can confirm that with you guys because one of my mods who had FIFA points, I was on his Xbox account, and I didn't even have access to my web app account yet for my Xbox account. And then PS eventually the Xbox and then the access came out. So that's what you guys need to know. This year, based on the timeline, what we had talked about, I feel like with the game coming out on the 27th, the early access, which comes with the game, the pre-order the 24th, and if you want to buy EA access, we labeled it as the 18th or the 19th, but you may see the EA access out the 17th to the 18th. It may come out even earlier. So right now I'm going to label with you guys, I believe the web app will be coming out this year between the 16th and the 18th. Now, if it comes out the 16th, either console, you're going to have probably a full day or a full day and a half ahead of time. So go ahead, go on it, do your stuff, and we'll explain what kind of stuff you may do because that's important. But it may also come out the 17th or 18th, and you literally have 3 hours, and you have EA Access coming out after that. Now, some people don't want to pay for EA Access. Some people don't want to afford it. In that case scenario, then yeah, you should understand how to use the web app. We'll talk about what you need to do, and we're going to do that anyways because some people are going to want to be on for 3 hours. What I'm going to tell you guys right now is I believe if the web app comes out, let's say 3 hours before the EA Access, and you know EA Access is coming out, I just don't think the web app grind is that worth it. I think those 3 hours just really won't be that big for you at all. I think if you want to do something where you don't want to pay the $5, because obviously not everybody can afford EA Access, I get that. It's $5 every 10 hours. If you want to do something where you use your $5 just to play the games on the EA Access, you build up little coins, then you do your trading on the web app, I highly advise that because you won't have to go ahead, you won't have to do all that stuff. I think something that's really interesting, and I'm not positive, but we'll try to confirm this. I don't know 100% on the web app with the store. I'm not sure if you can open up FIFA points if you have them loaded. Now, on EA Access, you can load up FIFA points. That is 100,000% that you can load up FIFA points on EA Access. But the question is, can you load them up on console and then go onto the web app and open packs? That, I don't have the answer to that one, guys. So, just wanted to let you guys know that. So, let's talk about it real quick, guys. Web app and database, right? What is so important about it early on or in the history? Why is it so big for you guys to try to get the most out of it? Well, it's unlimited time that you get on it. And not only that, Companion app last year came out around the same time as the web app, which is something that is really important because the Companion app, in my opinion, is way better than the web app. The web app has gone significantly downwards in the last few years. I used to love it. 17, 16, I used it a bunch. I think 17 was the time that I used it a ton. I don't use it now because I don't really like the design of it that much. This interface that they use is way better on the Companion app than it is on the web app. This is basically the same kind of interface that they use on the Companion app. So that's probably why it works that way. But just one more thing before we talk about it, because I know a lot of you guys want to know what to do, how to trade on the web app, methods to use, things like that. We'll do another video if it comes out and we have time to upload it before EA Access. That I got you guys with. Don't worry. That will be up. But I think something that I really wanted to point out to you guys so you guys all know this, and this is something that I think will make sense to a lot of you guys when you see it. So this is something that we just have to be realistic with here because realistic with this year with the EA Access, because if you guys don't know, EA Access is going to be available on both consoles in FIFA 20. Both consoles EA Access, it's not exclusive to Xbox, okay? So just keep that in mind. And I just want to show you something on Mbappe's price graph really quickly, all right, before we do anything with the web app, before we talk about anything that you guys can do and stuff like that. So let me show you guys this right now. I'm going to pull this up and show you guys right now. And for the record, I want to tell you guys right now, on PlayStation last year, let me just explain this. I made 25K on the web app last year on PlayStation in 5 days. I didn't trade much on it. I was using my mods account on Xbox to open packs, to kind of fill out the menus, things like that. And once the game came out on PlayStation, then I went ham. Was I behind a little bit in the beginning? Yeah, I was a little bit behind. It kind of sucked. But it's anything is possible. So don't put too much stress on the web app to make coins. It's not like make or break. It will definitely help you. And I'm telling you right now, if you guys have the time, put the time into using the web app because it will help you in the long run, but it's not something that's necessary. So what you guys can see here is that on Friday, September 21st, which is like the day or two after, or the day, I think it's the day or two after EA Access was released last year, on Xbox you have 363K for an Mbappe, and on PS you have 195. Now, the difference between these two is simply EA Access. So what I want you guys to understand is that the inflation is going to be crazy to start off on PS this year. So when you're on the web app, I just think that for you guys, EA Access is going to be dropping within that similar time, which means that the second that people get console access, the way this game works, the second that that happens, these people on console can go ahead and load up with FIFA points. And the second that happens, it's going to be way harder for Road to Glories. So there are a lot of traders last year that made 200, 250K, 300K, 150K on the web app in 5 freaking days, which is mental, right? But this year, it's going to be a way different ballpark because they're not going to have, those traders had that base of 200K hopping into the people that were opening packs, listing cards for stupid prices to try to get coins, right? So those traders used their coins that they had worked hard on to make, really hard, and they were easily able to multiply it because they had the ability to use the coins they had that other people didn't have to get deals, things like that with people, because you guys got to understand, when people start opening packs, people list cards for crazy prices. The best trading method early on in FIFA is to literally go around searching different cards, sniping, just not bids, just sniping, bro. It's people are going to be opening packs, listing cards for dumb prices, big undercuts. People are so anxious in the beginning of FIFA to get coins that they don't care what a player is worth or not worth. They just list it up for a price that will sell. And so that's the concept, right? But the difference is this year, you're going to be at a way bigger disadvantage if you guys are doing Road to Glory. I'm doing Road to Glory. You guys know that. There's a very, very big disadvantage this year, guys, just due to the fact that there is this sudden access for people that do have, PlayStation. It was not a thing last year, and it was never really a thing, but now it's limited to both consoles. So let's get into it, right? You have 0 coins on the web app. You don't have access to the catalog. There's nothing going on. What you guys will most likely find, unless you guys have literally been in an account that was involved in coin transferring or a banned account, what you will find on your left tab when you open up the web app, assuming the layout is very, very similar, is you will find a store tab. Now, this store tab will take you to something, and it will have a section that says My Packs. Now, the reason why I'm doing this on web app is because I want this to feel as authentic as possible. I don't want to do this on console. I will do a video on EA Access for you guys that's on console, and maybe we'll start a new account or we'll use a secondary account to show you guys some methods you can use. But for now, we're using my main FIFA 19 account. Picture there's no coins in the top right and nothing going on. You will most likely enter into the FIFA 19 web app with a section that says My Packs. Now, this section will include, based on your loyalty, it's kind of random because last year some people played were foot founders and got terrible packs. It usually has to do with loyalty. So usually, no matter what, you will receive like a rare gold pack, like maybe like a 15K pack, and then like 2 all players packs. So all player packs are the ones that are the gold rares, the gold non-rares, the silver rares, the bronze non-rares, and the bronze rares, right? So like you'll maybe an Electrum pack. You'll get some of those packs. So what those packs will do, it depends on the year. I believe some of those packs last year were untradeable. It just depends on the year what EA does. Obviously, if they're tradable, and I think they have to be tradable in a way because that's how EA initially supplies the market in a bit. So I will say that I believe that they are tradable. I can't replicate that, obviously, because I'm not starting a welcome back account and I haven't played another account with a lot of years. But that's how it's going to go down. And you're going to basically start off with these certain amount of players. What you're going to want to do is probably quick sell most of the bronzes because nobody will buy those early on. So you'll be able to at least grab probably like 200 and 250 coins from some of the bronzes. The silvers are important. What you have to understand when the web app comes out, and this is the #1 concept that I want you guys to understand, nobody is playing the game when the web app comes out. So nobody is building teams. Nobody is doing anything. Some people are going ahead and buying cards. Every card you see on the web app that's a meta player, and a meta is a player that is in a lot of teams, it's an overpowered player, every player will probably go up from that value that you see. If the value looks decent, like let's say Mbappe's 180K or 250K, it's most likely that it'll be 400, 500K when the game actually comes out, right? Or people who start opening packs and the inflation builds. But early on, the biggest web app tip I can give you, or the biggest web app concept, is that nobody is buying teams, nobody's playing with cards because nobody has the game access yet. So it's kind of this big bloodbath or big free-for-all of tons of people trying to go ahead and multiply their coins, get richer essentially, and do that whole process. So that's kind of like the biggest concept that I would understand before you make any kind of strides to doing anything else on the web app before anything. So don't go ahead, don't go looking to sell, let's say, some crazy gold player for like 1K that you know is going to be 6K the second people get access. Don't do that, right? If you have some silvers, this is what I would do. Silvers list up. If you think the silver's dead in terms of he has bad stats, nobody wants to buy him, or it is a bad nation, or all the above, just quick sell him, right? It's good to get as many coins as you can. Last year, the year before when I took the web app seriously, FIFA 18, I was able to make like 10K within 3 hours. So guys, what I did in FIFA 18 was that I had to get water, dude. I'm like, dying. I don't know why I'm talking too much today. But what I did in FIFA 18 was I packed Ndidi for my starter packs, right? And Ndidi was a non-rare in FIFA 18, I think. I think I said 17. I think it was 18. So I ended up selling Ndidi for like, I think it was like 800 coins. And then I quick sold all the bronzes and silvers I had. So when that point comes, I had about 1.3K. And you guys will pack a player like Ndidi. You'll pack a player that's a gold that will sell for 500, 550, even 350, right? And all the golds you pack, they will quick sell. So that's something that you guys have to consider when you get your welcome backpacks. Now, that's all assuming that they're going to be tradable. EA could likely make them untradeable. I don't know the answer to that yet. Regardless of that, you have to start with some coins. So EA has to give you some coins to work with, whether it's 500 or you're able to scrap together 2 to 3K early on. So the number one thing that I would do when I start the web app after I list up all those packs and do all that stuff, and assuming that your grind would be worth it for a little while, I would say, even though I just said nobody's buying players for teams, people are still buying players. People like to, think that they can make this money with that. What the concept of it early on is going to be is seeing out your price range. So let me give you guys an example. If you're a guy that happens to pack a few players that are golds that are decent or quick sell rares, and you're able to quick sell them and you're able to get together like 3K, this would be my biggest tip. Pick a player that you think is a player that maybe somebody's interested in. So let me give you guys an example. Wan-Bissaka. Maybe that's a player that people are really interested in. He's going to have that newer card. Obviously, FIFA right now is a terrible time to show potentially what you would be looking at him. But, set something up like a max of 1,500 on bid. Now, this is probably one of the only scenarios that I would tell you guys genuinely that I would look at on bid. When you actually have a little bit of coins really early on into the web app period, definitely hop on bid. And the reasoning for that is that nobody really is going to compete with you. Nobody's going to have more than 2 or 3K. So if you're a guy with 5K, like, you're balling. So get on players that are about 4 or 5K. Like, let's say somehow we're sitting there and Marcus Rashford is like 4K. All right? Like, get on that. Maybe let him sit on the market for a little bit. And then, if he's 4K and you can't really get anything on bid, you could set up a bid filter and try to bid. But maybe do something where you're kind of just doing this and you figure out what's Marcus Rashford's price. So I'll kind of like do it this way. So Rashford is obviously, this is FIFA 19, right? So Rashford is, Rashford's 2.5K, right? Or no, he's like 3K, right? So that would be a perfect example right there. See how that 2.5 popped up? So like that, right? And that's like an extinct one. That card actually, the 81, I'm just a trading nerd. That card is like cool because it's extinct. But you get the point, right? So this card, Rashford, is 2,900, 2,800 at the moment. Okay? So what you should do at that point, you should know that there's not a lot of competition. Lower the bin about 200 coins. And work with players in the region of, if you have that 5K, from like 3 to 5K, right? Like, work on those and just keep hiring the bid. And sit here, whether you're on your phone or you're on your computer, try to have a mouse. A mouse would be a lot better than a touchpad for sniping. And just sit here, guys, and snipe, right? Like, sit here, and you're going to want to make a few initial trades. This is my tip for you guys. Let's just say you had that 4 or 5K. And even if you had that 1K, you just adjust it for that player. So, like, if I had, like, 2K, because I'm going to go over this one because it'll bring me to the next point for both of you guys, depending on your pack luck. If I had, like, 1.5 or 2K, what I would do is I would do, like, Ndidi, and I would do, like, 850. I don't know why I'm using Ndidi as an example today, but let's just get Ndidi, right? Ndidi, 700 coins. That's, like, the cheapest you can list them for, 700 coins. But let's say there's like a non-rare Ndidi, okay, and the Ndidi is 600 coins, and you're sitting there and you have 1K. Okay, go ahead and try to snipe him for 450. All gold non-rares discard for, I think it's like 300 or 350, so people will snipe at 400. But see if you can get one at 450, right? And just kind of keep searching till one pops up, and do a few of those kinds of players. Maybe not Ndidi because he's Prem. I would do other leagues because other leagues are going to be less looked at, so maybe find like the closest thing to Nelson Semedo that's not Nelson Semedo. Maybe like Gaia. That's a player that would be like a player that would come to mind. And just do a few of those trades if you're a guy with 1K. A few of those snipes, maybe some bids. Bids are decent. They're not bad. There's not too much competition with the web app. Once you get a few of those flips in, you guys will be able to go to that 5K plus range. I'm including the people that were 3 to 5K. And that's when you guys can really start to hop on bids outside of top 2 leagues. And what I mean by that, I would start to hop on and start to do, this is kind of stuff that I'm just walking you guys through, things that I would do so you can refresh your memory. I would hop on to like gold in Bundesliga. That's what I would do. I would literally be searching what my budget is on bid, And this is probably one of the few times I'm going to tell you all year to bid, because personally, I don't love bidding. I don't think bidding is that good unless you're going to be on Xbox this upcoming year. The bidding just doesn't really work. Bids go higher than bins for the most part. It's kind of a mess unless you're at a really dead time. So bids would be the way to go, man. Start looking on the web app. Start looking at bids for leagues that are outside the top 5. Players that are still in demand, that if you bought one, you could sell it in 20 minutes and somebody will buy it, because yes, it will take that long. If there's no game out, people will only buy it if it's like a player they love, so it'll take longer. Nobody's playing gameplay. So yeah, give it a few minutes, right? List it up for one of the cheapest. Don't list it at the cheapest, but list it up for one of the cheapest. Definitely if you buy, let's say, Berkey for 4K. I'm giving you an example, and you have 5K, okay? And you have 1K left, and Berkey is 4.8K. List him at 4.7. Go get your coins. Don't list it at 5.1, because if you list it at 5.1, there's a chance it may not sell. You're sitting on no coins. And this early process is all about the efficiency. It's all about being fast, flipping, building up the coins as quick as possible. What I would tell you is if you bought that Berkey for 4K and he's 4.8 and you have 6K left over, maybe you list it for 4.9 or 5.0. List it 100 or 200 coins higher than the bin. You know the inflation is going to keep going up, because as people are on the web app longer, more coins will naturally be generated. And that would be a nice tip, I would say. Then you could squeeze that extra 100, 200 coins, and you're still working with a card that doesn't have that high of a tax range. So you still make a decent amount of coins. You still make 300, 400, 500K, 500 coins, not K, but the coins all come together the more you do that. Now, if you are a player, before we progress any higher on the web app, because I don't want you guys to get too ahead of yourselves, if you are a player that literally opens up packs and gets the daily gifts and stuff, and you get untradeable packs, and you have only 750 coins of gifts, this is what I would tell you. Silver players are going to be your best friend. People already start to look, and I can tell you guys right now, because I got some buddies who do this in real life. They go onto the web app period, they open their starter packs, and they build a silver team on the web app for them to go onto the console and play with. And I'm going to tell you right now, people do that. So better believe that. Trust me when I say that to you guys. People do that. So that is going to be something that people will look into doing. People will 100% go on. I'm telling you guys, man, you got to believe me. People will 100% do that. So silvers would be your best friend. And again, it would be another similar thing where you want to look for popular silver players, but not necessarily English silver players. Now, there's a few things you can do with silvers, and this is what I've done in the past. A lot of the times, if you want to look in a popular nationality like England that I just told you not to do, don't go on bid. The second you go on bid with silver England players, it's a mess. Try to see, is there something that I can do like a filter? Are there English silver right backs, you know, that when the game comes out, maybe the cheapest silver English right back is 450 coins. I will tell you guys right now, there are a lot of silver right backs on the game. A lot that are English. Okay? So maybe it's 450 coins. Okay? If it's 450 coins, I'm going to tell you guys something right now, and the truth hurts, man. We got to be honest, though. Okay? I have 350 coins. Okay? Let's say I have 450 coins. The tax is 22.5 coins. Okay? So if you buy a card at 350 coins, you're going to make 70 coins profit at least when you sell it at 450. Okay? That's minimum. Maybe you snipe a player at 350 that's worth 600. You know, you make a little bit more. But that's the concept, right? And you're sitting here and you're refreshing and you're trying to get that snipe. And that's more of a broadened filter to snipe on. Then maybe you get 1 or 2 deals on that specific filter and you're able to make those 400 or 500, 600 coins after you get a few of them, and it really progresses you up to like 2 to 3K, and then you get the golds and you can start looking into the golds. For me, the bidding on the silvers is not amazing because that's what everybody's looking at. That's something that I advised last year, and it's just, I feel like it's something everybody's looking at. I think for you guys, silvers are really good to snipe because silvers are players that people are getting in their welcome backpacks. Those are bronze packs, silver packs, and gold packs all in one packs. There are a lot of Electrum packs. There are a lot of all-player packs. So that's more where you guys want to have your information or your thought process focused towards, in my eyes, instead of potentially just all out going on bids for those top tier gold players early on. Now, obviously, once you guys get up to 5 to 10K to 11K to 12K, that kind of range of players, yeah, that's kind of in that 5 to 10K range where I do like bidding. I do like it. I like the continuation of the bidding. I could say players from good nationalities would be players that you start to bid with. You can start to find some filters with some players like, let's say for next year, right? Maybe Julian Brandt's a player that you want to look into to start sniping. Maybe he's 7K on the web app and you want to set up a filter that's like 6.3. Yeah, he's going to pop up. People are going to pack him and people are going to see 6.3K or 7K and they're going to list at 6K because look, they have no coins and they want to get that 6K. So you're going to be able to take advantage of that. have a list of players that you feel like will be accessible on the web app going on, and have a list of players, whether you have one monitor or you don't even have a PC monitor. You can put it on a notepad in your phone. You can write it on a piece of paper. Just have a group of 10 to 15 players that you guys can continuously cycle through to snipe. Maybe one player you can't win a damn card on and you're like, dude, that has to be an Autobot, okay? If it is, go to the next one. Sniping seems to be, for me, a little bit easier on your companion app. So if you do have access to the companion app, please try to go on the companion app instead of the web app. I like the companion app easier, but the web app is great for bidding. And you can still win snipes. It's not the hardest thing in the world. It's definitely not easy, but it's not the hardest thing in the world. Once you guys do a little bit of that, you can still do your easier bids and things like that. And I don't want to overwhelm you guys with too much information, so that's why I will do another video closer to the time, but this is to kind of refresh you guys. The next step, obviously, once you get kind of above that 10K mark, yeah, you're going to start to look into maybe doing some stuff like two ways, right? Start to look into some special cards. There's going to be a team of the week available. Some people are going to buy team of the week. Some people are going to pack team of the weeks. There's going to be discard informs already available. Trust me, I already know that for a fact. There will be players that are 14K that is a nice looking inform that you can start to flip and get snipes on and things like that. But another thing that I would start to look at, besides that, is going to be there is a lot to go down with on the what am I going to tell you? I'm going to tell you right now. I got it. Top league players and players in leagues that are popular. So I'm going to give you an example right now. Next year, Jadon Sancho, I don't think he'll be that cheap, but I think he may be cheap early on. He's going to have an 84 rated card with 5-star skills, right? That's a huge upgrade for Jadon Sancho. Maybe you hop on the web app, and after you do all that period of stuff like that, maybe you're at like 12 or 13K within 5, 6, maybe even 2 hours if you're a beast, but maybe within 4 or 3 or 5 hours of a real grind. That's when the coin making starts to get easier. You can continue to do what you're already doing in a more advanced process, or you can move on to do something like this. Let's say somehow Jadon Sancho's like 5K that hour, and the hour before you saw him down at like 4,000 or 3,500, but you're seeing that every hour that 84 Sancho is really starting to rise up. Okay, if you have 12K, go buy two of them. Let's say he's 5K. Try to get two snipes at like 4.8, 4.7, and sit on it for an hour. Go on Twitter, go on Twitch, go mess around on YouTube, go watch some videos, or do whatever you want. Go watch some packs, and then hop back on in an hour and check his price, right? Because there's most likely that the inflation is going to keep rolling out on the web app, and you may be able to sell that guy for 7 or 8K. And that's something that is very, very not said too much by people on the web app. There is this inflation of players that continues to rise. So if you do get a base of coins, there's a very likely chance that if you felt like you've grinded a lot and you're like, yo, I am tired of this damn web app, bro. Let me just buy a few players and invest in them for that kind of next hour or two. That's a big strategy. Find players that are popular. Find players that you think people will try to put in their starter teams. They want to try out early. This is all before the game comes out, obviously, or anybody gets on EA Access. But that's something that you can do. And I'd say, for you guys, for a goal, I think all you guys want to set for yourselves on the web app is just a goal to be able to have a certain amount of coins to do two things. Buy a starter team on foot. That's a non-rare gold team, so that's probably cost you like 5 or 6K to get a good one, maybe 10K at most. Or two, have enough coins to not have to do the silver trading. I talked about that in my Should You Spend FIFA Points video. The silver trading is such a pain in the butt, man. I can't even explain it. I hate it so much. So just have enough to kind of get past that 20 to 30K mark so you guys can start messing around with special cards. You can buy more than one gold card at a time. That's kind of the point of the web app. This is going to be the first video of web app tips. If you guys enjoyed it, just drop a thumbs up. Any questions down below is fine. I'm going to be dropping a video on EA Access closer to the weekend. We're going to continue with the ratings content on the channel, and we're going to be starting to look at some of the Team of the Week 1 stuff, the early investments, the ones to watch investments, the things you guys can do to make coins early on. I'm going to have you guys cover with that. The daily double uploads are going to resume for as long as I can do it for the pre-prep. Hopefully you guys are enjoying them. And yeah, just kind of comment down below, guys. I want to hear from you, whatever you guys are feeling. So thanks so much for watching the video tonight, guys. I appreciate it. I could, if you want, in another video, show you a little bit of maybe me actually going through a process of winning cards and showing you. But that's kind of the concept. And it's hard to really set it up because two things. We don't have the FIFA 20 web app yet. And on FIFA 19, it's really hard to emulate that. So I kind of wanted to be on the web app to show you guys. If you want me, I think on the EA Access video, I'm going to show you guys a console video of maybe some trading things that I would do on the console. Something you guys need to keep in mind about a web app. If you're planning on opening a new account, I believe to get web app access, you need to play, I think it's like 30 to 50 games on it. So just so you guys know, for the guys that are making a new account for next year. So thanks so much for watching tonight, guys. Appreciate all of you guys. And I'll see you guys in the video soon. Peace out.